Welcome back to Endangered Species Spotlight. This week we are talking about pangolins. Now there are actually 8 species of pangolins, but all of them are classified as either endangered, threatened, or vulnerable, so we're just going to be talking about pangolins as a whole. Depending on the species, pangolins are found from areas in Asia all the way over to some areas of sub-Saharan Africa. And they have the very unfortunate honor of being dubbed as the most trafficked animal in the world, which is very, very bad for them. So, pangolins are overall very nocturnal and shy and hard to study, which makes an exact population estimate difficult. However, we do know for certain that the populations of all pangolin species are at least a little bit decreasing. The main threats to the pangolin are things like poaching and hunting and trafficking for the exotic pet trade, the exotic meat trade, and a bunch of other stuff. They're quite heavily sought after for pets, which is also not great. It's not as bad as, I guess, killing them, but the exotic pet trade is not kind to the animals within it. They're also sought after as a bush meat from people that live in the same areas that pangolins live, as well as an exotic meat to be shipped to fancy and probably illegal restaurants around the world. And the parts of the pangolin are also, especially the scales, used in some traditional medicines, so they are often quite heavily poached for that as well. They're also under threats from habitat loss, mainly deforestation due to logging. But the most prevalent threats to the pangolin species are due to illegal collection for pet trade, food, or medicine. Now, fortunately, it isn't all fire and brimstone and doom and death. All 8 species of pangolin are quite heavily protected. It is illegal to catch, sell, use, or otherwise distribute live or dead pangolins. There are quite heavy repercussions for being caught in the possession of any of this, which is good. Pangolins do not do very well in captivity, and so far any breeding programs that have been established have not worked very well due to the fact that these guys are very difficult to keep in captivity and have very, very, very specific habitat and range requirements. So the most effective conservation strategy would be, as of right now, cracking down very, very, very heavily at current and potential poachers and making sure the areas that the pangolin live in currently are quite heavily protected so poachers can't get in and just take them. One area of the world with the most successful pangolin conservation is actually Taiwan. They've done very well in protecting and conserving remaining pangolin habitat, making sure that is quite heavily protected and poachers cannot get in. And that has been a very large success, and Taiwan has the largest and healthiest pangolin population in the entire world, so good for them.